Welcome everybody. My name is Emily Gear, multidimensional channel and transformative energy healer. I'm here today with a reading for the fire signs for the coming week ahead. Today is July 23rd, but whenever you find this reading, it will be for the next 7 days or so. These are general readings for fire signs, so definitely check out all four of the messages that I'm putting out: the fire, the water, the air, and the earth readings that I put out, because essentially we all hold these different energies in different places in our charts, for the most part. And there may be something for you in all four messages. So I would definitely encourage you to do that. I will be putting out a extended reading for each element as well, to dive directly into romantic relationships. So if you're interested in that, the link is in the description box below. And if you find that you would like to do a personal reading with me or energy healing, you can also find the link to my website where you can schedule in the info box below. But that link for you is IamEmilyGear.com. Okay, so with that, let me just get started shuffling the cards. I just want to ask for guidance for the fire signs specifically for this coming week ahead, please. Guidance for the fire signs. And the fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. We're just about to enter Leo season in a couple days, or actually, it's the 23rd. We may be going into it today. I have to double check. I always get the dates mixed up because they change per sign. They're not always the 23rd of the month or 21st of the month, etc. Okay. So let's get some information for the fire signs. Find out what messages are here to guide you this week. All right. We have, hitting the equipment. We have the Ace of Wands. So that's really exciting. It is the brand new start of a brand new fire sign cycle. So entering Leo season, that is a great omen. I do feel like, okay, so they're making all these connections between Leo, the sun, the heart, and they're actually bringing up like different romantic pursuits. So if you are trying to start a relationship, or are essentially they're saying even starting a relationship with yourself, basically you're being in the place where you are preparing yourself to be able to be in a relationship with another person or other individuals in some way. Okay. I want to keep this as general as possible, but this is essentially creating that relationship with yourself, this deep, unconditional, heart-based love of yourself. By the way, I apologize. My dog is drinking in the background. I realize this microphone is so sensitive. I had to turn it down a little bit because otherwise you can hear like heavy breathing in the background. So I am so sorry for any of that coming through. In any case, I just feel like there is this door opening. We might be talking about the Lion's Gate, which is just over a week away, but a literal door opening to a new relationship with yourself. This is like a passionate new beginning with self, or putting yourself in alignment to fully and completely love and accept yourself, and therefore fully and completely open the doorway to the love and acceptance for and of another person. So often we forget that the first step to a deep, committed soul relationship is that relationship with self. And they keep driving me back there, perhaps because the sun represents the self. I'm just feeling so much like sun energy opening up in my heart chakra right now. So I feel like this is a time of really anchoring our own deep and unconditional love within the heart, and allowing that to span the, what are they saying? Span the continuum between self and the oneness of all. Okay, and that every aspect, every inch along that continuum is an important step for us to make. It's not, we aren't to prioritize the oneness over the self, but we are to see that they are indeed all the same thing, or at least expand our consciousness to allow the belief and the understanding that they are all the same thing. Okay. And in saying all of that, they want to drive your attention back to the activation and the opening of the heart chakra to a level that you may not have experienced in your lifetime thus far. So heart chakra activations I'm feeling in this next week for fire signs, but really for everyone. It may affect your life in a different way depending on where the fire falls in your chart and which houses, which planets, which houses. For me, my South Node is in Aries, my Venus is in Leo, my Saturn is in Leo, my part of fortune is Leo. I have a number of different things like Vesta in Sagittarius, that kind of thing. So depending on where the planets fall in your chart and which ones fall in fire, you may experience this in a different way. But it goes back to the season of Leo and of the sun affecting all of us, okay? And that opening the heart chakra in an important way. Okay, so moving on, because we've only pulled one card out. I just so feel that this is about the self, and it's about a deep, passionate love for the self, which is exactly they're saying the touchstone for a deep, passionate love between you and another individual. It does not happen to its full potential until you get this deep, unconditional love for self. Okay, what else, please, for fire signs for the coming week? The moon. Dang it. I want to figure out how to make this camera focus. Anyway, the moon. Okay, continued shadow work. I guess this is all about healing today. Some days my readings are kind of practical, other days it's all about healing. And so I'm feeling continued shadow work, and that's actually showing up under that awakened heart chakra feeling that I have. And so we may be being asked to look deeper into our emotional, our heart center. And I'm feeling this feeling of like asking yourself who you are before the trauma. And if you were to identify every grief, every piece of grief within your heart, and if you were to release that, what they're saying, what is the worst thing that could happen if you were to release XYZ grief, whatever that is for you? So I would recommend, so tune into your heart chakra. Just feel the feeling there. And if you feel that heaviness or that rock feeling or that sticking feeling, it could really feel like anything, whatever it feels like to you, and ask yourself, what is that? What is this related to? And then if you were to release that thing, what's the worst thing that could happen? And I'm feeling like some of us are holding on to these feelings because we fear subconsciously that either we lose our identity when we release this grief, or we lose the connection to that person or individual or that thing. And none of these are true. This is all illusion. This is all the ways that we as human beings build these sort of false paradigms within which to try to protect ourselves, okay? Because grief hurts. And so many times, instead of just like allowing ourselves to feel it we try to release it. Instead of allowing ourselves to feel it, we try to bury it. Sorry, I just need to make sure. For some reason, my camera froze. And that is causing like a literal blockages in your energy, not only in your heart, but I'm feeling a lot of people in the shoulders, in the arms, other places in the body as well, in the solar plexus. There's a lot of pain that we carry. There's a lot of pain that you guys are carrying around if you are resonating with this reading right now. And I think that, we're talking about this new relationship with self. And that's going to necessitate that we're very honest about where we're limiting ourselves because of the pain of grief. So it also offers us the opportunity in this time when our heart chakras are opening the way that they are to release this grief in a really profound and permanent way. Okay. And one of the ways that I will do it, and I don't know if this resonates with you or not, but I will do some deep breathing, feel the breath going in and out of the actual heart chakra. And then I will picture the grief as a physical object. And as I breathe out, I will just allow that object to kind of move out with the breath so that I'm visualizing it the whole time. Now, if you're not very visual, you can actually just go ahead and feel the feeling of this, because it is very visceral when you're doing it, if you allow it to be. And that is very effective, I've found, in moving that out. I happen to be very good at moving mine and other people's energy around. That's why I'm an energy healer. But everybody is capable of this. You just have to allow it to work and give yourself the chance to do it. So as I'm thinking about it, grief came up for me today as well. And for some reason, I thought about the day that my first dog passed away. And I lost him in an extremely tragic, unexpected way. It was literally the worst day of my life. And I have, since that happened, it was January 2nd of 2009, I have released that grief incrementally, in big amounts and small amounts. And for some reason, it reared its head today. And I just feel that that is one of my blockages, because it's like I fear being able to be hurt in that way through the loss of something that I literally just cherish so much. I fear that pain and that hurt. And I also fear losing the connection to him. So, because that connection was one that literally turned my life around, literally saved my life. When I was suffering with post-traumatic stress disorder in a very, very deep and unmanageable way. So that's the kind of grief I'm talking about, and the way that we hold ourselves back thinking that we are protecting ourselves from pain, when in reality we are blocking ourselves from joy. And I realized sometime last night, that's not informing this reading, but it's now flowing out, so I'm going to tell you. I realized sometime last night that, like, I had this conversation with myself and with Source, and I was just like, I want to feel joy. I want to feel joy. Like, who doesn't? Like, that seems like the most obvious statement you could possibly make. But the thing is, we as human beings block ourselves from joy constantly, because it's like we're either any of the things I just said. We're afraid to lose connections. We're afraid to feel it and then lose it. We're afraid to feel it and then get caught with our pants down. You know what I mean? It's like we don't even know what it feels like. So, in some level, some of us do. Some of us have been through different things or released different things or whatever. I certainly feel that I know what joy feels like, but I am afraid to embrace it so often. This has been a process that I've been going through. So, not to keep talking about myself, but I share these things because if they're coming up right now, it's because some of you need to hear it, need to think about it, and sort of jog that through your mind, and see what resonates for you. So, I feel like there's a look at grief, a look at shadow and the illusion that it is, in order to help open up this doorway, this opportunity to a greater love of self, a greater joy, greater opening of relationship. And here we have the devil coming up. So this really is about what's holding you back. And so this is telling me that what's holding you back is in your subconscious. It's in your illusions. It's in your fears. And that's what needs to be released at this time. Whether it's like being afraid to release a painful and unhealthy relationship from your life. There's a lot of that going on. Much of that was really triggered through the eclipses that just took place. And so I think there is a lot of releasing of relationships between people of all kinds, which are not healthy and not helping either party. A lot of releasing of habitual behaviors. For me, this fear of feeling joy is a habitual behavior. Or at least I chalk it up to a habitual behavior because it's something I do because I'm used to it, because it provides me some level of comfort, because I feel like I'm protecting myself when I do it. So think about your behaviors in that sense. The habitual behaviors are often escapes or forms of protection, protecting ourselves from pain, whether that's being addicted to drugs or sugar or food or sex, or being afraid to feel joy, being afraid to feel love, being afraid to be vulnerable. All those things can be habitual behaviors based upon fear and trying to protect ourselves from pain, okay? And in protecting ourselves from pain, again, we're blocking our joy. We're blocking the true unconditional love from coming through, the true potential of our heart connection with ourself and our ability to exist in this universe as this profoundly passionate individual that each one of us is at our core, okay? Because at our core, we're a spark of purely creative, divine energy. Okay, what else wants to come out for fire signs? I am just like, we've only pulled 3 cards and I've been talking for 16 minutes. Okay. So, of course, we've got the 6 of Cups. We've got the 6 of Cups. We have the Magician. We have the 4. Of course we do. Of course we do with both of these. We have the 4 of Wands. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. You guys, you are profoundly creating your own reality right now. You're creating your joy, your happiness. This is driving it back to that purest, most innocent, most potent form of the heart, and that creative desire to simply be and be in joy and be in love. It's that thing that is just fucking ecstatic when we're there in those moments, when we really access it, in watching children or pets play. And wow, I am getting choked up because clearly I need to connect to this energy. It's there in like those moments of truly connecting to another person, whether it's a romantic relationship or a friendship where you truly feel accepted and feel a sense of self-acceptance. That's where the goods are. The goods are in that feeling of self-acceptance. And then it goes to accepting another person, and then it goes to the feeling of that other person accepting you. So you are creating that reality. You are fully responsible for creating that reality, and yet also fully capable. So that's 2 sides of the coin, the capability, but also the responsibility, okay? It's there for you. It's there for the making. This is the time in which you are capable, with this 4 of Wands, with the Magician showing up, capable of building that future for yourself. It starts on the inside. It starts with that self-love. and the building and the building of they're saying these words are spinning in my head, the heart of the home or the home of the heart, the two things together. That home is where the heart is, but the heart is where the home is. And that's where you are first building that home, okay? And that home of pure safety, absolute emotional safety for yourself first, and then for other people. So that's a lot for this week, but it seems like the advice is to reopen the case on some of your shadow aspects, like the ones that I spoke about. And that in recognizing those and just being in acceptance of those, recognizing those, and I really feel this sense of opening up your energy and allowing certain things that you have held on to leave, whether it this be the stuck emotion in the heart space, or these things in your life that you may have felt torn from your grip during the eclipse season, to allow these things to move out, because that is part and parcel of the process of this creation, this passionate new creation. And allowing that to become part of your physical existence, with the Queen of Pentacles showing up here. And being who you truly are, with the Six of Cups showing up here. Who you truly are at your core. That joy, that unconditional love, that inner child's most loved moment of bliss. And feeling that many times a day, all day if possible, but in any time that we can, and being in acceptance and gratitude for those moments too, okay? And stretching them out to become bigger and bigger parts of our lives. So I know I've just rambled on forever. I'm gonna go ahead and end it there for you guys, because I feel like that is an important message to receive right here at the mouth of Leo season. I believe today we also have a grand fire trine happening, a loose one. But there is that energy, that passionate, creative force, and energy of benevolence coming into our lives, okay? So let's make use of it. Let's allow it to crack us open, to open us up and move out all of those things that are no longer serving us. Okay, guys, I'll let you go for today. Thank you if you stuck with me this long. And I am going to go ahead and record a romantic relationship reading for fire signs. So if you'd like to join me there, the link is in the description box below. Otherwise, again, remember you can schedule a private with me at IamEmilyGear.com. Okay. Until then, guys, thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon. Okay.